This is exercise 8.4, placing a retaining wall within a template using display rules. In this exercise, we will place a retaining wall template using display rules within the corridor ITL. We will be continuing using the Road2 RW corridor DGN file. So let's go ahead and open up the Create Template tool under Open Doors Modeling, Corridors, Create. Under T-Dot Project Template folder, right-click on the Template subfolder and select New Templates. And then name this new template TS7 with retaining wall. An empty template should now appear. Scroll up and select the TS7A 3-lane curb and gutter grass strip sidewalk 4-layer template under Linear Templates, T-Dot Typical Sections, and Undivided, and then click on the template once the preview shows up in the bottom left corner. Then left-click and hold in the bottom preview window and drag the template over into the empty template. Then click View Extent to see the full template. Right-click within the Create window template and select Change Template Origin. And then select the centerline point and the template origin will change to the centerline. Now select the WCIP1 Cut template under Components and Walls. Make sure that the blue box in the preview window is drawn around the SW back top point. And if the blue box is drawn around another point, go ahead and select that SW back top point in the preview window. So once again, left click and hold in the bottom preview window and drag the wall template component over into the main template. And then while holding the left click button down within the template window, right click and select Reflect. And then place a retaining wall on the SW back top L point, which is right here. We'll now use the display rules to control what does and does not show in the template drop. We will make the retaining wall appear when the cut slope line is longer than 12 feet and make the cut slope turn off. Likewise, when the cut slope is less than 12 feet or if the template is in fill, the retaining wall needs to be turned off. So let's go ahead and select the Cut Slope L component by double-clicking. Within the Component Properties window, click the Edit button next to the Display Rules. Next, click the Add button at the bottom of the Component Display's Conditional Expression window. Within the Display Rule dialog box, we're going to set up the name as Cut Line Display, the type as horizontal, between points GSL, and EC Cut Tie L, greater than 12. And then click OK. And then in the conditional expression for Cut Slope L component section, click the and then Not button to add onto the expression. Then select the Cut Line Display rule at the bottom and then click the Selected Rule button. Then click OK to close the Component Display Conditional Expression tool and then click Apply and Close to close the Component Properties window. Then click the Test button at the bottom right of the Create Template window. The Test End Condition window should appear. Click the Draw button on the right and then move the cursor up the template. The cut line will disappear after the EC Cut Tie L is 12 feet horizontally away from the GS point. Then once tested, go ahead and close the test window. Next, select the retaining wall component, which is the orange object, to open the properties within the Component Properties window and click Edit. We will add the first display rule to not show the retaining wall when the cut is less than 12 feet horizontally. So within the Component Display Conditional Expression window, click Add. Name this one Retaining Wall Cut Show. The type is going to be horizontal, between points GSL, and EC Cut Tie L, less than 12. And then click OK. Now we need to add a second display rule to show or to not show the retaining wall when the fill is more than 0 feet horizontally. So click Add once again, and we're going to name this rule Retaining Wall Fill Show. And the type again is going to be horizontal, between GSL, and EC Fill Tie L, greater than 0. And click OK. Next, we can create the conditional expression by using the buttons. So we're going to select the open parentheses, and then not, and then retaining wall cut show, and then close parentheses, and then open parentheses, not, retaining wall fill show, and then close parentheses. Then click OK on the Component Display Conditional Expression tool, and then click Apply and Close to close the Component Properties window. Then we can test the file, and the retaining wall should only show up when the cut line is more than 12 feet horizontal, and it should not show up when it is in fill. Go ahead and close the Create Template window. When asked to make changes to the ITL, click Yes. And note that this will save changes to the default t.itl. It is recommended to delete these templates and any others saved during this training once completed with the manual. For an actual project, any ITL modification should be saved within the applicable project workset. Then lastly, let's open up the Corridor Objects tool under Open Roads Modeling, Corridors, Edit. Select the mainline corridor. Then within the Template Drop tab, change the template to the new template with the retaining wall. Then let the corridor process and then look for the locations where the retaining walls have now been automatically placed. If the retaining wall did not place correctly, delete the template and replace with a new template created. Notice that the corridor cannot transition between the cut of the end condition and the fill of the retaining wall before the next standard template drop. These conditions would have to be fixed using the key stations. If this level of detail is not required in a 3D model, just update the plan view by drawing the lines connecting the fill and cut lines, using the prop end conditions fill tie feature definition. And this concludes exercise 8.4, placing a retaining wall with a template using display rules.